Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Oscar, joined by Bradley. Sorry, I fucked up before this. Bradley, what's on your mind?
Um, well, that was what's on my mind is how awkward that start was. Just waiting for you to start talking. We were recording for like 30 seconds. Um, but yeah. What's up, man? What's up? How you doing? How
Um,
you doing?
Down here in Cornwall, shocker, I know.
Alright.
Um, I
Yeah,
should just fucking live here at this point.
I told you that, bro. I literally said that before. I was like, you might as well just move there at that point. You'd just be one of the townsfolk down there, man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave everything behind.
I remember us talking about like, do you have a girl that you see down there? Like every time you visit, like you guys, get it on and then you have to leave.
No.
Or that's like a proper little fucking Netflix romance film story plot. That is,
Well,
isn't
I
it?
mean, that could happen now, but I don't think it will.
Just go for it, man. Give it a go. Try and make a Netflix movie out of your life.
After my life, I'm only in my early 20s.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, still, man. I mean, the way the world's going, who knows? You may not make it out your 20s. Anyway.
Jeez Louise, man.
Anyway, so Oscar's in Cornwall, so if there's any connection issues, that's why. But other than that, we all good. We all good. So today we were gonna talk about the whole heaven and hell shit, right? Like
Hmm.
me and you got talking about like paranormal shit, and I thought, you know what, let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about ghosties and monsters and things. Let's talk about
Oh yeah.
cryptids. Welcome back to Cousins Coffee and Cryptids. Special revival episode. Instead, it's not a cousin; it's a friend. Um, but yeah. So we were talking about Bodmin, right?
Yeah, because there's a possibility I'm going to visit the Bodmin jail.
Yeah, which is like supposedly a paranormal hotspot. And then I remembered the Bodmin Moor, like the beast of Bodmin Moor, which is like a tale, like a legend about a
Yeah.
phantom cat, which is like a big cat, which is actually going to be the premise of our first documentary for BK Media.
Hmm.
So I thought that was quite interesting that you mention it. But so Bodmin Prison is it a tourist place then?
It is now, yeah.
When was it last used as actual prison?
Oh God, not for you. Uh, not for ages. Like they turned it's lit. I don't know the last time, but it's like so long ago. Like, but like it's it's mainly used just to see like. I mean, the cells are still um the cells are still there.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, like obviously, I think like the not. I mean, the beds are still there, or at least the frame of the bed is. Um, but apparently, like in some of those cells, you do experience some weird shit. Like it does happen. And I was telling you this before we started recording. Like my mum's been, and I said to her like, "Hey, did you experience anything weird there?" And she said to me, "Yeah, there was there was some weird energy going on." Um, so I'm a skeptic, and I have been for a while, and I want to go to see if anything weird does happen. Maybe not. Maybe nothing will happen. But yeah, I'm curious.
Will you do one thing though?
What's that?
Record the experience.
Oh, yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a camera with me, so I'll try to.
Yeah, I think you should record the experience. I think that would be good. A good little video. To be fair, might get you some.
Yeah, I've got like a little pocket HD camera, so um,
Yeah, man. Even your phone. I
uh,
mean,
I could do that.
phones
Yeah.
are good these
Hey,
days, bro. Phones are great.
hey, if there are any spirits listening, I'm coming.
It's going for you. Just as coming from the Ghostbusters. Just turn up. That'd be kind of funny. Like, so I mean, that reminds me of like, because well, they got abandoned prisons with like it's all like all the cells are intact and everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one in California in America that they use for filming
Okay.
like prison scenes and stuff in shows. They use that prison like all the time for that specific reason. It's an
Yeah.
abandoned prison, which is weird to me. Like the idea of an abandoned prison is so weird.
It's creepy more than anything.
It's like, why not just like knock it down?
I think maybe that's probably part of the attraction is
I mean, yeah,
just to see like a
it's creepy, right? Everyone likes abandoned places. They're creepy, and it's like people like the thrill of being scared.
yeah.
Why people like to watch like horror films. Like nobody watches a horror film and goes, "Yeah, it's a good, genuinely good film because it's got a good storyline." A lot of people don't watch because some of the horror films don't even have a storyline; they're just pure jump scares.
Yeah.
Like the Paranormal Activity films, right? I personally don't find them scary anymore. I find them quite funny sometimes. But like they're pure jump scares, and like there's like low frequency rumbling and stuff, so you sort of put on edge all the time. Because apparently in horror films, it's like this editing trick. They play this really low frequency sound that you can't hear, but it makes you feel on edge
Oh, wow,
when it's
okay.
played. So apparently that's why you always feel on edge, even if nothing scary is happening. Um, but yeah, like people have that thrill, right? That they want to be scared. I have that thrill.
Yeah.
I love, I kind of loved the jump scares and things. Um, I love the creepy shit. Like I love to watch like creepy videos on YouTube and stuff. Like paranormal, especially paranormal stuff. I love paranormal stuff. I don't necessarily believe in it, like you.
I
I'm
was
a
gonna
bit
say,
of a
I was gonna
skeptic.
ask, do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I don't want to say no and I don't want to say yes because I've had some
Oh,
experiences myself, but like I don't know how to explain. But I can't rule anything out. Do you know what I mean?
you hear that, spirit? He's a skeptic. So am I
Like
actually.
I can tell you an experience I had at my nan's house. Right,
Do it.
this house is supposed to be haunted anyway. Like we've had like a medium or psychic or whatever they are in the house, and they've said yeah, there's a presence in the middle room. That middle room's always creeped us out as kids anyway. But
Yeah.
I remember once it was me and my godfather slash cousin it was only us two
Hmm.
in the house. He was in the shower. I was very young, and he was in the shower, and like in the corner of the room, this middle room, my nan's favorite animal was a pig, right? So she had all these like pig teddies, like literally, like she had this one that's huge. I'm talking like the size of like a fucking Rottweiler, that huge, right? Um, it wasn't that huge. I was exaggerating, but it was fucking big, right? And there was like this massive pile of pig teddies, and sometimes like because I said I was little, I was really young, and I used to just like go and play with them, just like lay in this pile of squishy teddies. You know what I mean? And I remember once I was playing in this room, and yeah, he was in the shower and all that, and there was a creak on the floorboards out in the hallway outside the room. I sort of looked up and I was kind of nervous. I was always a nervous kid, especially upstairs at my nan's house. I was always terrified of my nan's house. Like I even had nightmares
Okay.
about my nan's house before. Um, but and then the door slightly opened.
Ooh.
Um,
Were the windows open?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think so. But
That's what we're gonna think about.
yeah, but like at the time, obviously, I wasn't thinking windows are open. I was a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, fuck me, there's a ghost outside this room.
Yeah.
And I sort of shit myself, and like my heart was racing. I was literally hid myself in all these teddies until my cousin got out of the shower, and I shat myself, man. But that's like the only sort of experience I've had. That I can think of. I don't think I've ever had another experience before. No.
I this isn't to do with me, but like a friend of my grandma's has a place down in Cornwall somewhere, and she she told the story once of, I think, I can't remember, I think she bought the house, and the room, her bedroom, I think there was like a little girl that used to stay in there, I think.
Right.
And sometimes she would see this little girl walk across the room. But also, like, is this like the mind playing tricks on you?
Huh?
Is it, is this the mind playing tricks on
Well,
you?
the brain is really powerful. That's the thing. It's such a powerful thing when it comes to manipulating itself. Because at the end of the day, we are brains. We are just brains in a flesh suit. That's all we are. Okay. Everything
Very true.
we are literally a brain. Our consciousness is our brain. Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just something we use. We pilot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is so weird. It's such a weird thing. It's such a like a whoa, like mind blowing thing. We are literally just the brain in our bodies. Um, but it for some reason likes to sabotage itself, and I think that's because there's two sides of the brain, right? There's the rational side and the emotional side.
Yeah.
So I think the emotional side is what manipulates the brain into things like being paranoid and things like that, and then the rational side is the thing that makes you stop panicking, sort of thing. Like like something, say your door slams shut. You think, oh my god, that scared the shit out of me, and you think your first original thought, what the fuck was that? Your first original thought is like, oh shit, the ghost, and then like you look, there's a window open and it's really windy today, and you think, okay, that's what it is. That what I mean. There's two sides of your brain working there. The emotional side where you're scared, there's fear, and then the irrational side is like, oh, there's no need to be scared because it's just the wind. So I think that your mind definitely plays tricks on you because it wants to fill in the gaps, right?
Yeah.
Like let's go back to the ancient Greeks, right? The theory is that the reason that they had so many gods and beings and things was because they wanted to explain why things are the way they are. That makes sense?
Hmm.
Like um like the seasons and blah blah. They want to know why these things occur. So it's like they they use their I guess their imagination to try and like to help themselves feel that
Right.
comfort of knowing. It's a bit like heaven and hell, right? Because we don't know out of fear of not knowing what happens after we die. Humans have created this heaven and hell situation. So I think the mind plays tricks on you to fill in those gaps of you not knowing what's just happened. So the paranoia and the fear sets in. Like, if you think about it, right? If the idea of ghosts didn't exist, how would you explain it? Do you know what I mean? Like, say you are genuinely someone
Yeah.
that believes in a ghost, right?
Yeah.
And such thing as, but like, say if ghosts, ghost stories and the idea of ghosts didn't exist throughout the ages, what? How would you explain that fucking salt grinder falling off the shelf? You'd be
Yeah.
rational, right? Yeah, oh, wonky shelf.
Well, okay, yeah. But like, yeah, I get you. I get you.
But I definitely think that like the mind plays tricks on you. Um, I'm not sure if it's like a survival mechanism or because obviously the body wants to preserve itself, so there's a good chance it will choose flight over fight. So it will like give you that scenario of fear, like, oh, there's a fucking demon in the house, we better run. I remember. Oh, do you know? I remember once. Those automatic air freshener things that go, whoosh, that sort of noise that they make when they like shoot it
Yeah.
out. I didn't know they existed. Well, I knew they existed, but I didn't know they made that noise. And my nan had one in that middle room, and I was on the computer, and that noise happened. I have never moved so quick in my life. I ran down the stairs because I had no idea what the fuck that was, and then it happened in the living room. And I shut myself again, and then I looked up and I saw that it was the air freshener thing. I was like, for fuck's sake. So I went back upstairs into the room and carried on doing what I was doing.
Someone's after you, boy.
Oh man, I was.
Prove you upset.
Mate, honestly, it was the scariest shit ever. But it was.
See, if one thing I'm thinking is like, if I go to this, while I'm down here
Yeah.
this time, if I get to this Bodmin jail, and let's just say, because I don't think there are windows in these cells. At least I don't think there are. Um, and it's, and I'm in that cell, and I get a cold breeze across my neck. What am I meant to think?
There's a draft.
Maybe. Wait, from where? If I'm in this, because I don't think they're not. I don't think that they're massive cells. They're quite medium sized.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a gap under the door, right?
What do you mean? Oh, I see what you mean. Right, yeah.
Wind can go through the smallest of gaps, man.
What if I'm the only one that feels it?
I mean, if you're the only one that feels it, there's two explanations. Either there's a ghost, or you just happen to be the only one that feels it because it's only blown sort of on your direction and not anyone else's.
Why is it just me that feels it then?
Maybe you're the chosen one. Maybe you're the Windmaster.
No. Maybe, you never know. Do you believe when people say like they've seen sightings of like a shadow or like a ghostly figure?
See, shadows are. Eh. I'd say that's the one thing I've never experienced, or ghostly figures, I suppose. That reminds me of back when I lived in where I used to live, right, in the flat. There was the big room was partitioned into two, right? And the room on the outside, like where the main door is, yeah, didn't get any natural sunlight. So at the top left of the partition wall was a little window with like plastic glass on it. But it wasn't like see-through glass. It was like hard to explain, but it's like the glass, like the plastic where it's like I don't know how to explain it, but you can't. It's not like proper see-through. You can see through it, but it's not like proper see-through.
I
It would
get you.
distort everything. It's hard to explain. I might have to see if I can find a photo of what the material is. But so on this tiny little room on the outside, my brother was living in, and then the partition on the other side was my sister. My brother had these boxes of toys and stuff, like, tiny room, so he had to put all this shit in boxes. I remember climbing up on these boxes and putting my face against the window while my sister was in her room.
Oh, no.
And she turned around and looked up, and she screamed the most blood-curdling scream of horror in her life. She shat herself because she didn't know what it was. She didn't even know it was human that was looking at her. That's the thing; it distorted it. She just shat herself. She screamed, and I'm there as a kid, just pissing myself laughing, almost falling off these boxes at this situation. But that just reminds me of like. Could you imagine what was going through her head at the time? That's a ghostly
Your sister
figure.
must have hated you.
I mean, I remember one night she was sneaking in because she was a little rebel bitch, right?
Nice way to talk about your sister.
Yeah, she didn't mean it herself. But she was sneaking in the house, and obviously we're in a flat, and then she climbed onto the balcony, and my bedroom window was next to near the balcony. He leaned over off the balcony and knocked on my window, and this was late at night, and I heard the knock, and I was shitting myself. We're on the second floor. Well, technically the first floor, if it's counting the ground floor as the ground floor, first floor. So we're on the first floor on my window. That shit, I ignore it, and then it knocks again. I opened my curtain slightly to look out the window, just so I can get my eye out there, right? And then I saw this black figure in the corner of my eye moving at the corner of my window. And then
Ooh.
I remember this traumatized me because I remember this exactly how it went, right? I remember going like that, breathing in, right, really, like a really deep breath, about to scream my lungs out, and then I heard, "Brad, open the door."
Oh god.
Bro, my butthole was so tight, it loosened so much. I was like, "Oh my god." It scared the shit out of me, man. And I went and let her in. Oh, mate, that was the most traumatizing thing of my life. Absolutely.
I left her out.
Oh, oh man, fucking bitch. But yeah, I remember telling her that a couple of months ago, and she pissed herself laughing. I thought, oh sorry, oh god. I thought it's not funny. It fucking traumatized me, like legit. Um,
Oh no, wasn't no, not then. Yeah, fucking hell.
yeah, it was funny, man. Like that's what I mean. Is I've had scary experiences, but they've all been human related. You know what I mean? Like originally, I would shit myself thinking it's either an intruder or it's a fucking ghost just standing there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was fucking. I hate it. I do get worried. Like it is quite creepy sometimes. Like when you hear like walking around and things, like upstairs and things, like when you're like home alone. But I feel like that's a fear
Yeah.
of just being home alone, because I feel like if it's real, why did it happen when you're only alone? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like those people that experience ghosts, where it's like, oh, it never happens when other people are here. It only happens when I'm alone. It's like, yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I've seen videos, some of it is kind of convincing, but unless,
you can't
people can
trust
always
video
fake shit.
though. Like, I'll show you how much you can't trust video these days. Yeah. So
You really
there's a
can't.
guy called Forrest Galante, right? That's conservationist, like this wildlife explorer, like survivalist, whatever, right? He's a zoologist as well. He does a show called Extinct or Alive, yeah? Goes around the world, searches for extinct animals, and searches, when there's recent sightings and things, and he'll go and check the areas and blah blah blah. He caught the Zanzibar leopard, which was supposed to be extinct, on video.
Right, okay.
But because it's only a video, it can't be declared non-extinct because it's not physical evidence. So basically, a video, even from the most reputable person in the situation, even though it's on a TV show, for millions to see, it is not considered enough evidence.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, I watch Ghost Adventures, I love it. Even if it is fake, I can't tell if it's fake or not. Like, I'm in that situation where I don't know if it's fake or not. Do you know what I mean? These guys are going and experiencing this. I don't know what they're actually experiencing. So they could be faking it. But the entertainment of it is fun. Do you know what I mean? Because in my
That is
mind, when I
true,
put
yeah,
this
yeah.
on, when I put this show on, my thought process is, okay, this is real. Okay, now I'm watching this. I think to myself, okay, this is real. So let's make it more entertaining as imagining this is real. Okay, so when they do the EVPs, they capture stuff on camera. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! I get goosebumps and everything. That's my mentality going into it. But when I stop watching the show, do I actually believe in that stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I think me and you, we would have some quality content if we made some paranormal shit.
We have to find somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right?
But we might not even get anything. We might, it might be
Yeah,
imagination.
but that would be fun though. No, because that's why if it doesn't come up on camera, it's not real.
What the audio of it?
Right. So like, yeah. So like, say you're seeing monsters in front of you, and you
Yeah,
pull out your camera. Is it real? And they're not on the camera. Is it real? No, it's not. You're seeing
right.
shadow figures, but your camera's not picking it up. I'm assuming that's your brain just playing tricks on you, right?
Have you even orbs when people see
I
orbs?
Yeah, orbs are iffy for me. I've never really used that as like evidence.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a bit like it's hard to explain because like there's this video on YouTube that I kind of want to show you. It's fucking creepy as shit, right? This guy, he goes into his bedroom. His dog's like hiding under the bed. His cat's hiding and everything. They're both hiding, like cowering under the bed. And you can hear footsteps and shit up in his loft. Like the dogs and the cats are literally scared shitless. Like, if it's fake, how do you get the animals to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know dogs are like well trained, but how can you tell a dog be scared and it literally sit there shaking, scared? You know what I mean?
What was it in the end?
Bro, he went up there and it started fucking chucking shit around.
Oh my god.
He literally left his camera up there, ran down the stairs and left, and shit kept falling down. I think it turned the lights off at one point.
What was the end result?
Just that was it. It ended. He obviously went back up to the camera, and
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure he moved out of the house.
Oh damn. We're talking about this subject, and as I'm sitting here, the I'm in the living room, and straight ahead is the corridor, and it's pitch black.
Yeah, see that shit creepy, man. That shit's
Oh,
eerie for
oh
me.
yeah. I sent you that picture, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember that. It's like when we went to the escape room, right? Me, my cousin, and my best mate, right? We went to the escape room, and there was, as we were standing there watching the telly about it, telling us the rules. It's two escape rooms that weren't obviously being used, so they were just pitch black rooms at either door. It was just like
Yeah.
that's creepy. You know what I mean?
But like, I'm for the just to give some context, I'm in the living room, and straight ahead, literally, is like the hallway to like, the bedrooms. But like, there's like you have to like turn around the corner a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, obviously, yeah. So, yes,
It's just creepy, right? It doesn't
it's,
mean you necessarily think
it's very
anything's there.
creepy.
It's just creepy because you can't see. Like, it's like being afraid of the dark, right? People like to make fun of people being afraid of the dark. At the end of the day, man, that's a survival mechanism. The dark can be a dangerous
Almost,
place, man. There's a reason people commit crimes at night. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because it's dark, it's harder to see.
bro. Like, the curtain behind me just moved, and I got really
Yeah.
scared.
Dun, dun,
It's fine.
dun.
It was me. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's okay.
I remember once I had my cat in my room. I literally forgot he was there. I basically took a nap,
Oh
right? And
no.
a couple hours later, I woke up and then I forgot he was there. And I was sitting there and I felt something sort of touch my head. And I flung up, what the fuck, like that, and I realised my cat was looking at me like, bro, are you good? Are you alright, mate? Are you alright? Like, cats are always judging you, you know what I mean? But he was like, are you alright, buddy? It's only me. I was like, oh, mate, I forgot you were in here, you little ginger bastard.
Hey, leave him alone. He's looking out for
I
you.
love him really. But he's such a loving cat. That's what I mean. Is like animals react to certain things as well, don't they? They say like animals can sense ghosts. Like there's certain parts of like forest areas where animals won't go near because like it's considered cursed. And like
Oh,
have you ever heard of you ever heard of like Alcatraz and the paranormal stuff about it and stuff?
Alcatraz has power. Do they?
Bro, yes. But look,
I know Alcatraz from like the
well,
Escapee
Alcatraz is
documentary.
obviously considered a pretty famous prison anyway, right? But
Yeah.
it's a bit like San Quentin and I think
What's the
Attica,
paranormal shit there?
loads of shit. Apparently, there's like demon with red eyes and everything. But apparently, the Native Americans never,
We're gonna go there, buddy.
huh?
We gotta go
The Native Americans,
there.
obviously back, when obviously we populated California and whatever. The Native Americans refused to go on that land, saying it was cursed. It had like evil spirits on it. Even apparently even animals wouldn't go on it.
Damn, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was cursed. The land was cursed because it's on this little island, isn't it?
Well, I was watching this this YouTuber. He went to the Bodmin jail thing, and I think he's like he seeks out like paranormal shit. Anyway, he was reacting to this video. There was one clip that was interesting that he reacted to. It was this mum and her daughter driving, I think. So her kid was in the back seat, and in the clip, like her daughter is turning to her left, and to her left is this like little outline figure of a person. And like the daughter is like turning towards her to like talk to her, but obviously the mom didn't see it.
Right.
But like I feel like unless you edit that in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of mad to be fair.
I'll try and send you the clip. Um, yeah, see that stuff is hard to tell. Well, not hard to tell, but you're not there, so you
You
can't.
know,
I don't know.
you know how easy it is to fake shadow people though. You could do that on Movie
Yes,
Maker.
fuck movie maker.
So, like, me and my friends used to do it on Movie Maker.
Oh really?
Yeah, so like you would put it's how I can't remember the exact process how we did it. Like you'd put the two videos on top of one another.
But you can't overlay a movie maker.
But like this was old Movie Maker at the time, and I'm pretty sure you could.
Wait, movie maker used to be good.
Yeah, I think it was Movie Maker. I think you do. I think you overlay. I can't remember exactly, but I know I know it was Movie Maker because this was back in
Um,
the day, bro.
back
This
in the
was like
day.
budget fucking projects that you'd make with your friends. Like you'd get out the shitty little camera and you put it on the computer. Like my mate had a
But
camera
like,
that literally had a USB stick like that attached to it, where you plug the entire camera into the in
oh
computer.
shit, bloody hell.
Pretty clever though.
But like, it's easy to do things like knocks, shadows,
Yeah, of course. Like
disappearing, reappearing.
I mean,
You
look at
know,
how
that's
people
easy.
people can make that shit. People make like almost movie style effects, like movie quality effects, like straight from their computer.
Yeah,
Not hard to fake
yeah.
ghost shit.
Um,
So you know, it's hard. That's why I always say everything with like a pinch of salt. Like you know, like I said, when I watch Ghost Adventures, I go into it with the mentality that it's real, which makes it more entertaining for me. Like if you want to watch like a quality
I shouldn't have recorded this at night.
pan, huh?
I shouldn't have recorded this right
Why you
now
shit
because it's
yourself?
like it's like pins drop quiet here and
Are you
outside.
shitting yourself now, bro? Um,
Go on, mate. Sorry, I
so much for
interrupted
being
you.
a skeptic. So basically, right, there's these people called BuzzFeed Unsolved.
hmm
Um, you should watch their stuff. I'll message you the name now so you um
The
but they do like paranormal stuff.
hmm
Have you ever heard of Goat Man and Goat Man's Bridge? There's
sort
a lot of
of.
stuff about that. They did an episode on that. That was fucking mate. Honestly, the best thing I've ever watched because there's one guy who doesn't believe in any of this shit, and one guy who does. Right? Like I'm talking, he doesn't believe in any of it at all.
Oh god, that looks dodgy as fuck.
Like the like the comments are just full of things like, oh, he could be getting dragged away, and he'd go, oh, the wind is strong today. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't believe in any of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And oh, sorry, I just punched my mic. I don't know if anyone heard that. But he but like he's on the bridge and he's like, "Fuck you, goat man. This is my bridge now." And he's like straight up insulting this supposed demon. Like he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't believe in any of it, so he doesn't care. So
Yeah.
like if you want,
Does something
that's
happen?
one thing that makes me not believe and believe at the same time. Like stuff does happen to them, but they're like but he kind of writes it off. Like that's the thing is, there's some real creepy shit happening. Like it makes it entertaining because he doesn't believe. I feel like there's a theory like if it is real, yeah. Have you noticed it only affects people who believe in it? Right. I've always thought to myself, maybe this shit only happens to people that believe in it because they have the energy to allow it to happen. Like they're
I don't
quite
know.
weak-minded, so they're easier to manipulate into believing it's real. Or like the spirit, like say spirits are. This is just a theory of spirit. Like hypothetically, if spirits were real, okay, this isn't actually like a theory that I believe in, but like this is something I came
Right,
up
I
with
get you.
that maybe that's why it happens is because you believe it gives them the power to act on it. Like that would if spirits were real, like
Ooh.
proven to be real, ghosts were proven to be real in front of everyone in the world. That could maybe be the reason.
I'm not sure how sold I am on that one.
I don't know. That's the thing is because it
Um,
always seems to happen to people that believe, not happen. It doesn't happen to people that don't believe.
I think it can. I think it can. I just think it's probably not like documented or I don't know.
I mean, if they don't believe, like it doesn't as happen as bad because like non-believers don't get situations where they got fucking shit literally thrown at them from a shelf. They'll get shit that
Yeah.
falls off a shelf, and then they'll look at the shelf and they'll realize it's quite wonky, and they think, "Oh, it's just a coincidence. It's a wonky shelf."
Right.
Whereas a
Yeah.
non-believer seems to be like, "Oh, it literally came off the shelf and flew at my head," and it's like, did it? Is that true? If that's true, why does it only affect you and not someone else?
Yeah. That's another thing. I don't know, man. It's a weird one because you just don't know like what who's faking and who's
Yeah,
not.
see, that's
I
the
think
problem, isn't it?
you have to experience it for yourself.
I mean, I'd love to. I'd love to experience like these documentaries that we're going to be doing. I'm gonna be looking to experience something. I'm not gonna be like I'm not going. I'm going into these situations where I don't believe necessarily, but I want to be shown that it's real. Bro, I want to do an episode on
Uh,
Bigfoot. I want to go to North America. I want to do an episode on Bigfoot.
uh,
I want to be. I
Bigfoot.
want
That's
Bigfoot to be
interesting.
proven to be real, but I don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot. I like the idea of Bigfoot. I love it.
Probably how I am with ghosts or spirits or whatever.
Yeah, you don't believe in it necessarily. You just love the idea of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because, like, as I said, like, my mum said, like, she felt some weird energy. I was like, okay, like, what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Like,
But that could be from like being in a prison cell. Pick up on just how isolated prisoners may have felt. You know what I mean?
maybe.
I feel like when you know the history of a place, right, you get that energy from it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but I think it depends how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel, I don't know.
let's say
I don't know.
if you go on a slave ship from the 1800s or whatever it was, right? And you go down into the hole, the brig, or whatever the fuck it was, where they keep prisoners, and you see chains and shackles and stuff. You think you're gonna get that energy of pain, misery. It's not necessarily a
Yeah,
spirit. You just get that energy of thinking, "Fuck me, this is what they went through." And the same with
yeah,
prisons, man. You go into a prison, you get put in a cell. You think, "Fuck, man, imagine having to live in this." Especially like in um you know like what's it fucking called? What's it, confinement? I can't remember the name of it
yeah.
now. Where they spend like 23 hours a day in that cell.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that's why it could be a weird energy that she got, because she probably just saw the sheer like misery of a prison environment. Because prisons aren't exactly a happy place now, are they?
No.
Plus, I feel like all abandoned places are fucking creepy, man. Like theme parks,
Yeah,
right? Places that bring nothing but joy for people. If it's abandoned, it feels fucking creepy.
but there's like a history of like paranormal shit. That's gonna play on your mind more than
Yeah, because
anything.
you're expecting to experience something. Like every bit of noise, every bit of movement, you're gonna associate with paranormal. Because that's what you're expecting. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not that sort of not gullible, but it has to be convincing for me, like something quite strong, not strong, but like something, you know, it can't be someone fucking, just walking past myself for me to think, not myself, sorry.
I get what you
I'm,
mean. Like,
I'm not going to jail, so I said myself.
yeah, that time they caught you in it.
Fuck off.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, yeah, I get what you mean. You're going in as a skeptic, right?
Pretty much.
You're going in with the thing of I want to experience something, but I don't think I'm going to.
I'm not holding my breath on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there's like, I don't know, if I say, out loud, hey, someone knock, and someone knocks, then that's going to be a bit questionable. But yeah,
If you get like an intelligent response, that's when you sort of believe, right?
what do you
Say you
mean?
were in your house and you heard a knock. You're in your house and you hear
Yeah,
it on the wall. Yeah.
yeah.
And then you think, okay, it could be anything. It could be like a pipe move. And you go, someone's here, knock twice, and then you hear, that's a response.
See, if I do that when I go and that happens, then I might
Then if you go,
change my
are
mind.
you a spirit? And they go, if you go, knock once for yes, knock twice for no. And you go, are you going to hurt me? And they go, is
Uh-oh.
your name James? And then they go, you know what I mean?
Do you think that can work if I go there?
They use knocking as like a way of communication.
Because I can't believe if I say out loud, knock once for this, that I'm going to get a response.
I mean, I think the adrenaline rush of getting a knockback would just get like, I'd probably shit myself, but like love it at the same time.
But again, that could be anything though, if it's a knock.
No, but
Well,
like if you're
I
like,
say
if
that.
anyone's here, can you please knock? And then literally like that straight after, like a whack on the wall.
Yeah. I'm going to fucking
Or
do
imagine you go into the wall and you go like and then you just hit on the wall. You think, yeah, you're like no, that's definitely someone responding to that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to fucking do that. I'm going to say, hey, someone's here, knock. I'll kick the shit out of you.
I think you
I
should
won't do that. No, I
sit in a
won't.
cell by yourself, shut the
Yeah.
door, take camera mirror, and just be like, is anyone here? Like, it's me, your boy Oscar, the O man.
I'm from the podcast.
What's up, guys? It's Oscar from What's on Your Mind podcast. Today, I'm joined by the spirits
should,
of Bodmin Prison.
should I plug the
Yeah, plug.
podcast? Hey, if anyone listens to the podcast, knock once.
Yeah, and you just hear people knocking all the time. That's our target audience.
And
That's
then
our
I
demographic. Dead people.
and then I just report back to you saying, mate, we have loads of spirits that listen to the
Well,
show.
where's the fucking numbers, man? Where's the subscribers?
Oh, they unsubscribed.
Yeah, they don't have that fucking YouTube account. They can't sign up.
No,
They just
no.
listen on the wavelengths, innit?
Oh
But yeah, man. I
my
think I
lord.
think I'd love to do something like that. I think, bro, like I said, you know, with documentaries, it's BK Media. Do you know what I mean? It's me and you together. So
I'll take my camera with, and I might. I don't know if I'm gonna.
I think you should record it. It would be a great video.
I'll try. I don't have. I mean, I'll put. You know what? I say I don't have any light. I'll put my torch on.
Yeah, that's one thing I need to get.
Not
Is
on
I
my
need to get a
phone.
night vision camera.
Um.
I kind of want to test different night vision cameras, but like, you can't sometimes. I want to I might go to like an actual camera shop, see if I can test like night vision cameras. You could rent. To be fair, you can rent equipment like that. You don't have to necessarily buy
You
it.
could.
I think if you buy it, it's an investment, but maybe renting it for the
D-
first.
depends how long they let you buy it for, or not buy it, rent it for. Sorry.
Yeah, as long as you want it, I suppose. You pay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have to Google it or something, won't I? Night vision camera equipment rental. Because you can like rent any piece of equipment pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm just sending you a picture on WhatsApp quickly. Uh, okay, yeah. Go. Check that.
Is that the picture of the hallway?
Yeah, just look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty creepy, isn't it?
What the fuck is behind there?
Bro, it'd not be creepy if you just saw like a head just like sticking out from behind the corner.
Don't say that to me.
Bro, that house looks haunted as fuck. Well, that's Oscar being eaten by a fucking demon. Yeah. I think Ghost
Thanks to you, I'm not gonna want to go to bed
Ghost
tonight.
is definitely gonna be a target subject, I think, for BK Media with the documentary. I think we can make some great ghost content on that.
Have you seen those guys that do what are they called? Is it EV? What is it? They
EVPs.
have like these. Yeah, do you believe in them?
Well, like where they talk and then like they listen back and it's got a voice.
Or like the meter goes up for like
Oh, the
in like
EMFs, you mean?
yeah.
The EMFs can be anything, but right, the EVPs. The one thing that makes me believe is when I watch Ghost Adventures, they do
Those are the voice
yeah,
ones,
they
right?
do live EVPs where they'll talk and then they'll listen back straight afterwards. So you know,
Oh,
like
okay.
say they go, "Is anyone here?" and they hear a scream on the EVP, but it's not picked up by the cameras. You think, "Fuck, what the fuck is that?" Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember once they were talking about like this place that apparently had like this evil demon spirit type thing. And they were basically talking about getting rid of it in the EVP, and you heard this roar, like this screech, like this roar, like this demonic roar. After they were talking about it, but it didn't come up on their actual cameras. Yeah, the
Oh,
audio
really?
wasn't on their cameras. But
Interesting.
that's kind of interesting to me. But I feel like if you want to go ghost hunting, you got to do like the full equipment, right? Or get all the equipment, EVPs, EMFs, full spectrum cameras,
See, I
all that
don't.
shit. I wouldn't go ghost
I mean,
hunting
because like,
necessarily. I'd like to go to like you said, like a prison, a tourist place, and see what it's like. But the problem with tourist places is they might put it on a little bit,
see, I don't think they should
but
do
they
that.
might.
I really don't think they should
No,
do
but
that.
they'll add it to they want it as the tourist bit, right? So you spread the word.
Yes, but then it's like I don't know. I understand why, but I don't like the idea of the place putting it on. It just seems really. That's just really fake to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is fake, right?
Oh, yeah.
what can you expect? It's money, innit? So.
Guys, if I don't come back from the Bodmin jail, you know
I'll tell you
why.
what, next episode, you talk about the experience, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, if I
You
go
better
there, I'm
go.
hoping to go there. Oh, I'm hoping to. It might not happen this time,
Why?
but
Why wouldn't
hey,
it happen?
I'm hoping. I
You
don't
tell me the
know.
constraints of why it won't happen, and I'll get rid of them constraints.
We might not get around to it.
We'll
That's
go
all.
there as soon as you can.
Okay, pardon me, Your
The
Highness.
second your mother gets there, you go, Mum, we're going to Bodmin prison.
No.
And then you go and you film the whole ordeal, because I want to watch it on YouTube.
If I
You
go,
will go.
okay, I hope
You
to
will
go.
motherfucking go.
No,
You will go. We need this story, bro. We need to hear this.
yeah, okay, I want it too. However, just be prepared. It might not happen this
I
time.
will punch you in the head if it doesn't happen this time.
Jeez Louise, man, that's a bit uncalled for, don't you
No.
think?
You deserve it.
Okay, well.
Don't let me down, Oscar.
You said to me, go fuck yourself
Oh,
earlier.
you asked me to get you something from the shop, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah,
You're down in
you
Cornwall,
know,
bro.
you
I'm
could have
literally north fucking West England.
Royal Mail
Oh,
it to
yeah.
me.
Depends what you want. It might be fucking mouldy by the time it gets there.
Oh my god.
But,
Do you think it's
what?
when people like when people say like, hey, knock once or twice, whatever it is, and they like hear a knock. I'm talking like hypothetically now. Do you think it's realistic for a spirit to like
Yeah,
communicate?
through knocks, yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Knocking and manipulating objects is like their best way of communicating. That's why they
Question is, how the fuck are they communicating?
that's why they say like sometimes that's why they do it. It's to get their presence known, do you know what I mean?
Bro, I just heard like a creak in the in the hall. What the fuck was that?
God, bro. Go on.
Hello? Okay, it's fine, no one's
Do
there.
it now, test it now.
What do you want to
Say,
say?
knock twice if someone's there.
Fuck's
Could
sake,
you
no one's
imagine it was a
gonna.
home
What's
intruder just wanting to
what?
fuck with you, making you think there was a ghost there? Could you imagine that?
Hey, if you're here, knock once for yes. Wait, no, fuck that up.
Say, if you're there, knock twice.
If you're here, knock twice. Okay, no one's here.
Yeah, they just hit 2 knocks. I would leave this Discord call and make you shit yourself, be by yourself.
Oh, gee, thanks a lot. Go fuck
What am
yourself.
I supposed to do, bro?
Comfort me.
Okay, I mean, I can comfort you if you want.
Also, there's a clock in his living room that's ticking as well. This is really. We picked a bad time to record this type of show.
You want to talk about something light-hearted now? You know, it always takes my mind off of like creepy shit. I always watch like a funny TV show. Like completely just
Oh yeah, that works.
like I watch like just something funny. Like it will take my mind off it completely. Just watch something. Watch a comedy show. You got Netflix, didn't you? Huh?
Indeed, I
Watch
do.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Good do.
Good show, man.
My what?
It's
Don't
it's the
mind
one
just
show I will recommend to
watch.
literally anyone. It's literally a comfort show for me.
Do I have a comfort show? I'm trying to think if I do. I don't know if I do it anymore. I think Big Bang Theory used to be
Oh
it,
man, that was definitely
but
my comfort show back in the day.
during lockdown, it was definitely mine. But the early seasons, not the later ones.
I liked every season in its own way.
Oh, I didn't.
The section of it that got boring for me was when Leonard was dating Priya.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, not a massive fan.
No, it was alright.
I
I
got bored of
mean,
it. I just didn't like Priya. as a character.
Oh, you didn't?
She was too bitchy.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty weird the way they kind of, they never really bring it up afterwards. I mean, why would they? But they never really
What
bring her
about
up after that.
Stephanie? You know, the doctor. He just
Yeah,
disappears from the show.
yeah, she kind of does, doesn't she? Yeah, they don't really. She never came back. What the fuck happened to her?
Fuck knows.
Trying to, but like, oh, who was um Joyce Kim?
That's the Korean spy,
We
then.
never even we never even see
Yeah,
her.
you
Oh
do.
yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
you
Yeah,
do.
we
In that
do.
flashback, innit?
So that flashback.
Yeah, and like fucking, that's when they blow up the elevator, innit?
Sheldon is literally the same.
Huh?
Sheldon is literally the same.
I mean,
Like he didn't change. He
he
hasn't
changed a
changed.
lot. No,
He's
he
still
changed a lot by the end of the show.
he's still. Oh, in the end of the show, yeah, but like in that flashback episode, he still had that same fucking spot.
Yeah, but that's his spot, man.
I don't give two shits. I'd sit in the spot.
Do you imagine if that guy learned fucking martial arts? He would kick the shit out of everyone that sat in that spot.
I would sit in Sheldon's spot just to fuck with him.
Although, to be fair, he sort of gave up with that after a while when he moved out, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine Sheldon in the pandemic?
I think there was do you know what? I think there was
It's
there
actually
was a
really
Reddit
good.
thread on the Big Bang Theory Reddit about that during the COVID lockdown. It was quite
Yeah.
funny, actually. It was like, could you imagine could you imagine the Big Bang Theory doing an episode on the COVID pandemic?
Sheldon wouldn't leave the
Bro, the
flat.
guy yeah, but the guy doesn't never wants to leave the house anyway, but
He'd go back to being a
bro,
robot.
he would be so prepared for it. It's unreal.
You know that robot episode?
What, when he was the monitor and the
Yeah, yeah. He'd go back to doing that.
yeah, probably, bro. He'd probably do that. Or like, you know, he's got like fucking survival packs in the closet and shit, isn't he? So
I don't know if I've ever asked you this. I don't think I've asked you this on the podcast. If 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 there was like if you had to live with Sheldon and you had to do the whole roommate agreement bullshit that Leonard had to go through, would you do it?
fuck no.
No.
If it was,
What if it was just like a week experiment?
yeah, I mean, the thing is it was a nice apartment. You know what I mean? It's a nice apartment
It
in
was, yeah.
California. So I suppose it depends on what
The roommate
it
agreement.
depends on yeah. I suppose it depends on what the roommate agreement says, or it depends on how much the rent is.
You have to go to like a toilet at a certain time.
I would just yeah, but the thing about me is I can always wait. Mm.
And then don't you have to give Sheldon like 12 hours notice before a girl comes over?
Yeah, that's. Do you know what? To be fair, that's quite reasonable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're giving him a bit of pre-warning so he knows like to vacate during that time.
Oh
Because
yeah.
there's nothing,
Yeah, because you'll fuck
nothing
her.
worse than coming back hearing your roommate just smashing some girl in the room. Imagine how awkward that would be.
Okay, time to leave again.
Like, I respect Sheldon for that. Man's doesn't want to
Dude, if
hear
we
it.
ever move in together, we're having a roommate agreement.
Have a roommate agreement. Bro, I will slap you if you write some dumb shit on that contract.
Can you
I
imagine?
will actually slap the shit out of you.
I get a spot.
Fuck it, no. We can just have our own separate chairs.
No,
We
no, I
can
need a
just get
spot,
those
man.
big comfy armchairs, innit? Get two of them.
But I need a spot.
Like old men just with slippers and that at the bottom of them. But yeah, I recommend Brooklyn Nine-Nine. A feel-good show. There's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of, you know, very serious storylines as well, but they like do it perfectly. Like, you know, obviously because they're police, you know, they did a whole police brutality like racial profiling and stuff in one episode, and homophobia
I'll
and
give it a
stuff.
watch.
I really recommend it, man. Like I said, it's one show I'll always recommend. Like every
Tell you
season, in
what,
my opinion, is fucking great. I've never been bored.
we were talking about we were talking about characters. I really disliked the Penny character towards the end.
Yeah, and no.
Or maybe not the character, the person playing her.
I personally think that she just didn't know how to deal with a good relationship.
What, the Penny character?
Like the thing is, you could be a guy that treats a girl like amazing for the first time, but you're the one that ends up heartbroken. You know what I mean?
Being there.
That's what I mean. Is like if they don't know how a good relationship works. I feel like that's what there's a lot to Penny's character though, isn't it? She's got daddy issues, so she's always looking for a father figure.
Didn't she have like a douchebag boyfriend as
So
well?
many.
Kurt.
The only boyfriend I really liked of hers was Zach. I love Zach. He was a great character.
Zach was great. He's a twat, but he's great.
Like people said that Penny and Leonard getting together ruined the show. I feel like that's not true at all. Because
No, what, really?
for
No, that's
me,
part
that's
of
what
it.
I mean. That's sort of part of like the whole, will they, won't they? You know what I mean?
Sheldon sort of getting married was a bit of the kill for
Nah,
me.
see that I like the character development. That's what people don't
I
don't
don't.
seem to like. They don't seem to like Sheldon's fucking character development. I loved it, man. Have you ever watched Young Sheldon? That is a great show.
I watched 2 episodes of it and then I just stopped. I fucking
I
hated
love
it.
it, man. I love Young Sheldon. Do you know the?
Should I give it another
You should,
chance?
man. It's so good. The references as well are amazing. Like I like because Sheldon told so many stories about his childhood in Texas. Now we actually get to see it. You know what I mean?
Howdy,
Like
y'all. So that's very stereotypical of
very
me.
bit racist. But yeah, like it's. I love. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it, and it always makes me want to watch
It's
The Big
like,
Bang Theory again.
do you like Leonard's mother
Leonard's mother.
in the
She,
show? Do
yeah,
you
she's
remember
funny. I like her.
her? She's so cold-hearted.
Yeah, but she's funny though. That's what.
Like her and
Yeah,
Sheldon
but
get along great.
That's the thing is, Sheldon's mum's like all warm and fuzzy and loving, and he's quite cold-hearted and straight up and very clinical.
I think that was the idea behind it.
Yeah, that is. And then obviously Leonard's like quite is very emotional, very loving, and very sweet person. And his mum's a fucking cold bitch. But
Literally.
Leonard's dad's a decent guy.
Oh, he comes in the show, isn't
Yeah,
he?
for like literally like 2 episodes.
He's great. I really liked him.
Yeah, so I mean, that was good.
There was a great scene where like he comes in for the first time. I think Leonard and Penny are they doing their wedding again? And this time they're having family around, I
Yeah.
think. But but him and Leonard are walking up the stairs and he's like they're talking about Penny and he congratulates Leonard on like marrying her and the dad is like, how'd you do that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like his dad doesn't seem very much like what Leonard described him as. That's like
Oh, I
Sheldon's
got
dad doesn't seem like what he described now. But I think that's because you see it from their perspective, whereas I feel like young Sheldon is showing the true story about it, and not from Sheldon's
Sheldon
perspective.
in the Big Bang Theory, is Sheldon's dad
No, he's dead.
alive?
He
He's dead?
dies
Okay.
when Sheldon's 14. So in the show, it's quite sad. I think it's quite sad knowing that he's gonna die like soon enough. Do you know what I mean? Because he dies. He
Did they show that in Young
no,
Sheldon?
because he's not old enough, is he? He's only like I think it's like
Oh,
11
he's
now.
okay. I wonder if are they still making
I
Young
believe so.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, they had to take a
I
massive
got a Big
break
Bang
because
Theory.
of COVID. So many
That's
shows
true.
got postponed.
I got a Big Bang Theory scenario for you. You ready?
Go.
Okay. So you are invited over to like have like they order Chinese food, right?
Yeah. Yes.
so
I would
so
go over for dinner.
you're invited over, but like so you sit, just hypothetically speaking, Sheldon hasn't come in yet. You sit in his spot. He says to you to move, or you're banned from the apartment. What do you do?
I'll move. If that's a man's spot, bro, that's a man's spot. You know what I mean? A
Man,
man
get
is the
out of
king of
here!
his castle, bro. If that's his spot, that's his damn spot. I will move out of pure.
Oh, Sheldon,
I
go
will
fuck
move
yourself.
out of pure respect, bro. That is a man's spot. Like, sometimes I've got a favorite spot. Something. You know what I mean? Like,
I would literally sit in it just to fuck with him. That's how
yeah,
hearted
but
I
it's
am with him.
like, all right. Look at it this way: you sleep on one side of the bed, yeah. Let's say you sleep on one side of the bed. You got a girl round,
Yeah.
and she wants to sleep on that side of the bed. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, no, that's my side. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be a bit like, it's my side. That's what I'm comfortable doing. Well, that's what my man Sheldon's like, bro. That's his spot. He's got his reasons for loving that spot, and that's a man's spot in his own home. I'm a guest in his home. I will move. 100%. Plus, I would do anything to eat their food, man. It looks so good. I have to say, the ending is very emotional.
Oh, I love the
It comes
ending.
very
I
full
love the
circle,
ending.
doesn't it?
The ending is they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I'm really sad that it ended, but it's because Jim Parsons wanted to move on from the character.
In my opinion, I'm happy it ended because it wasn't funny for me anymore. It was just really getting old.
For me, it was less about the comedy. It was more about the storylines for me at that point. But for me,
I mean,
that's what Brooklyn Nine-Nine did. It didn't go boring, in my opinion. Like
fair enough.
it was a great show. From 1 to was it 8 or 7? I think it's 8. Seasons. Like, it's amazing. I love it. So many different, evolved characters. Like, oh my god, like the character of Captain Holt evolved massively throughout that show. And it's quality. It has great humor. Do you know what I mean? It has like one-liners. It's got quips. It's got witty humor. It's got straight up comedy, and the cold openings as well. I love them. But like, oh,
Sheldon
sorry,
Sheldon's speech at the end though.
bro, that hit me in the feels. I cried at the end of Big Bang Theory. I'm proud to admit that I teared up. I didn't blubber or
Hey, I
weep.
had a few mates of mine did.
I didn't blubber or weep, but as you know, I've spoken to you about this before. The Big Bang Theory had a massive place in my heart growing up
Yeah.
because when I was going through a really rough time in my life, I switched on the Big Bang Theory one day and I just started watching it. I'd seen the first 2 seasons before, but I didn't really pay attention to it. And I switched it on, and I fell in love, and it brightened my day, and it really improved my happiness, my mental health, and then they kept producing seasons. I loved it, absolutely loved it, man, and just one of them feel good shows. You know what I mean? The thing is, I hate when a show ends badly. Like, every TV show will have like sort of a mid series sort of thing where it goes a bit dull, right? But that's because storylines need to sort of rearrange themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Did you watch Two and a Half Men?
I didn't like it.
I didn't
I
like
don't like
it.
Charlie Sheen. He annoys me.
Oh, you
His
don't know,
face
fair enough.
annoys me. I don't know why. It just annoys me.
His
But
face
yeah,
annoys you.
but like the one, there's so many shows that ruin the ending. Like How I Met Your Mother was such a good show, but the ending was so bad. Like, do you know one thing that pisses me off about people complain? People complain about the Game of Thrones ending, but they just don't get it. Like, they don't understand. Like, the characters literally got what they wanted, like what they truly wanted as people. You know what I mean?
There's more people
People
who get
didn't
it than
get it
not.
right, like because they wanted Jon Snow to end up as king, blah blah blah. So they got pissed off about it, like, oh, he's not king, he's fucked off to the north. Like, but there's a meaning behind the ending, and people just don't see it. And I don't know why. But I suppose most Game of Thrones fans, I suppose, aren't in it for the storyline. They're just in it for the bits and blood and gore and shit. So, but
There's a T-shirt.
but yeah, like
Tits, blood, gore,
I thought
repeat.
it wasn't the best ending. It could have been better, but I thought it was a decent ending. Whereas, like I said, How I Met Your Mother was a terrible ending. Full House.
People didn't like Two and a Half Men
It's
ending.
just the ending has to be bittersweet, in my opinion. Full House was,
That's why I like
yeah.
Big
I
Bang.
mean, yeah, that was bittersweet, right? Like you want to see more of it, but you're glad it ended the way it did, sort of thing.
Like it ended with how it should, them on the couch eating
And
food.
with a Nobel Prize that one of them has won.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
That
Oh, they should have had Kripke in it.
fuck Kripke.
Can't get everyone.
No, fuck Kripke. The one
Kripke.
character I feel bad for that didn't have enough story was Stuart.
Oh, the comic book. Oh,
He was
Stuart.
so
Bless
underrated.
him.
Like he was just so underused as well. Like he deserved better, in my opinion.
I
I love
like
Stuart,
Stuart.
man. He was a great character. I feel bad for him a lot.
I like Kripke as well.
Well, the main characters are Penny, Leonard, and Sheldon. Those are the main characters. Yeah,
Oh,
because
do
they
you
get
think?
paid the more
Oh, yeah, they
mostly because
are.
they're the main. They're actually the main characters, whereas Howard, Raj, obviously Howard and Raj aren't in it from the beginning, but they're like side characters. Because it's originally about
Yeah.
two roommates, right? Which are Leonard and Sheldon, and the girl that moves next door, which is Penny. That's the original storyline. It's about them
Correct.
and obviously the people in their lives. So there's another show I can't remember what that's about. I think it's like Shameless, right? It's about Frank Gallagher, but it's also about like people in his lives. I think I can't remember. But there's so many shows like that. Um, where the main character is not who you expect it to be as well. But yeah, there's so many shows. Like I feel like it always has to have a good ending, even if it's like an ending you don't want for that character. As long as it's bittersweet, I think that is the best ending for a show where you want more, but you know that you're glad it ended there. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm glad that The Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
ended as, like you said, them eating food on their couch with all their friends, and then they got the Nobel Prize medals, and then the song plays like on like more like a chilled acoustic note, right? And that's a great ending, but it makes you want to see it again. You want more of them. You want more of the characters, but you're like, I'm glad it ended that way. But it's bittersweet. Whereas like How I Met Your Mother was absolutely terrible because it's just terrible. I don't. If you've seen it, you don't. Nobody needs me to explain it. But like, there's so many shows out there as well that like they have like a terrible last season, but they're always saved by the ending because it's a good ending. Same with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It was such a bittersweet ending. I'm glad it ended the way it did. But like, I could easily watch in 10 more seasons of that thing, man. It's so good. So good.
I could easily rewatch early Big Bang. To be honest, is that funny
I
for me?
love Big Bang, man. I love it. I love every season in its own way. I don't hate any of the seasons.
The seasons 1 to 5 are good for me, and then after that, it kind of tails off.
For me, I love them. Like I said, I love them all in their own way. Some of them they have their flaws, but I don't hate any of them. I mean, so but I love the show. That's the thing. I love the show, so I stick it out. I'll tell you one show that started off really well, but then went complete downhill. Riverdale. I will happily admit I loved the first season because it was like a murder mystery kind of thing, like who done it. Do you know what I mean? And now it's like some supernatural bullshit where there's like witches and fucking magic and serial killers and shit. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened to this show? I know it's based off comics, but like, if you're gonna do that, start it off as a supernatural thing. Do you know what I mean? Don't make it like
Yeah.
this drama about teenage kids living in this like town of Riverdale where things happen, and then like make it fucking weird because it just becomes weird and it's just not good anymore. I'm pretty sure that even the Riverdale cast want it finished, but they're contracted, aren't they? So they can't even quit really. So but like yeah, that was one show that started off fucking really good, and then it was really weird.
What? Were you a Disney Channel fan
I
growing
never got
up?
to watch it.
I do
We
not.
never
Okay.
grew up with like Sky that often, so I never really got to watch Disney Channel and things like that. But you watch?
You watched
Yeah, I
Nickelodeon.
watched a lot of Nickelodeon as a kid. I loved SpongeBob. Fairly Odd
Okay.
Parents, I love
So
that. Mostly them two.
you watched Drake and
We didn't
Josh.
watch Drake and Josh. The thing is, I actually only really watched like a couple of shows on each. I was actually more into like older stuff when I was a kid. I was into a show called Angel, which is a spin off to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was into
Okay.
that. Loved it as a kid.
Um. Okay. Well, there
What
goes
was
my
your question?
question. Um. No, because we were talking about like, because you said like, you'd love to live in that Big Bang Theory flat. So I was gonna ask out of which houses, but you needed to watch Disney Channel.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh, here's one. Okay. Squidward's house or the Big Bang Theory
Bang for your
apartment?
apartment. I'd drown in Squidward's house.
Well, let's say you could breathe underwater.
No, the Big Bang for your apartment.
I'd say what about Patrick? But he lives under a
Yeah, that
fucking rock.
motherfucker has a cool little house there.
I think we discussed this. There are so many fucking flaws in that show.
There are so many flaws in that show.
How the fuck did they have a fire?
Let's just not. Let's just not go into that, man. It's like a whole acid trip.
And why is Plankton married to a fucking computer?
Because he's living in the future, man. That's the future.
Also, Squidward is naked. Like, all the
Very
time.
true.
There are some weird creatures in that show.
Yeah, well, it's a good show. The thing is,
Very
I
true.
have a good
It's
memory
very
of it.
true.
Right, when I watch, it's magic. You know how smells and tastes like imprint on you and stuff, like to do with memories.
Yeah.
When I used to watch SpongeBob, it was at my mum's friend's house who used to give me a lift to school, like to primary school every day. I'd walk to their house and then they'd give me a lift there. Because my primary school was like the next village over.
Yeah.
And she would always make me hot cross buns, toasted hot cross buns, like with butter on them, and I'd watch SpongeBob. I remember every time I watch SpongeBob, I think of that. I don't know why.
I really want a Krabby Patty.
Either.
It looks good. Is it a normal burger?
I don't know. That's yet to be determined, isn't it?
If it's a normal burger or not.
What if it's got crab or not in it?
Oh, Mr. Krabs cannibalizes his own
Yeah, well,
his
crabs
own
do
kind.
that.
That's a bit fucked up of the show then.
Well, that's all the theories behind it, though, isn't
I've seen it. I really hope it's not.
it?
Don't ruin it for me. No, but
It reminds me of that episode when he pranks Plankton into revealing the Krabby Patty formula has plankton in it. Obviously it was fake,
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, ah, and they run, and then like you just got the hillbilly Plankton. He's like, I can't read.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, the one where they gotta go and get the crown,
But they,
bro?
yeah.
I cried when I watched that. When
When
they
he
dry
died.
up, bro, I started crying.
It was so
Why
fucking
not?
sad.
They were singing fucking Goofy Goober, bro. They started singing fucking Goofy Goober.
Shell City!
Mate, honestly.
Shell
Yeah, bro, I
City!
started fucking crying.
Shell
Was
City!
it that one? It is that one, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
They're like, I'm a Goofy Goober. And they start,
And then like the tears, and
yeah,
then
and
they
they
start
start,
crying.
bro, and they start fucking saying Goofy Goober like together. I was crying my eyes out. I was actually crying at it.
And then like fucking David Hasselhoff comes along and
The
gives
thing
them
is,
a
I was
ride.
still young. I think I was like 6 at the time when the film came out.
Oh yeah, I was young as well. I remember going to see it in the
Yeah,
cinema
so
with
did
my
I,
brother and
and
dad.
like I literally cried in the cinema when I'm a Goofy Goober.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you remember the pirates at the start?
Pirates. Oh yeah.
At the start of the film, they just fucking barge in.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I fucking love that film. I'm gonna have to watch that film tonight. You know.
Also, Mr. Krabs got fucking frozen.
Yeah, that was the thing, innit? Like they gotta get the crown to unfreeze him.
I can't believe Mr. Krabs stole the crown.
Was it? That's the one where
That's
where
Plankton.
Plankton takes control of everyone, isn't it? And then he sings.
So, yeah,
He
he turns
sings
into
Goofy
slaves.
Goober in the rock version, isn't it? I'm a Goofy Goober rock. Da, 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 da.
And then at the end, everyone just tramples
Yeah, I'm like,
Plankton.
oh, Goofy Goober. Yeah, bro, I fucking love that film. Do you know what film I loved watching, right? Was Thomas the Tank Engine and the Magic Railroad. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't watch the film. I remember like watching
Bro,
Thomas the Tank Engine
the
episodes.
film, The Magic Railroad, was like my shit back in the day. I loved that film.
You ever watched
Oh,
Pingu?
bro, I loved Pingu. That was my favourite show as a kid. Oh, mate,
Do you remember any
I
episodes?
used to have them all on that fucking videotape. You know, like, the old VHS tapes that we used to.
Same,
Right,
yeah,
I used to
same,
have
same,
them
same.
all. Literally, I used to watch them constantly.
Do you remember any episodes? Because I remember a lot.
I remember when he met the seal that became his friend. That became a regular in the show. I
Yeah.
remember.
Do you remember the snowball fight?
Bro, I remember wanting to eat the food that they always ate. It looked, I don't know why, but it looked tasty.
What were
It
they?
was because it was like,
You couldn't understand a damn thing they were saying.
no, but I loved, like, when they started eating food, it made me want food. I remember watching, what episode was it? He drank like 3 different drinks and then needed to pee or something. And I remember once he built,
Dude,
he built steps up to the toilet because he
I
pissed
cried.
himself because he couldn't make it to the toilet.
I cried. I cried
Did
at
you?
that. Yeah. I found it so sad. He got told off.
He got a smack on the arse, didn't he? Oh man, good time. Do you remember like on videos like you'd have the advertisements for other films and shit?
Yeah. Did you watch
I
Elmo?
didn't watch Elmo.
Fucking freaky dude, isn't he?
Yeah, I know who he is. There's this girl.
Is Elmo a
There
dude?
was this girl that I used to work. Did you say Elmo? Yeah. Oh, the little red motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's this
Yeah.
girl that when I used to work in the office. There was this girl that used to work with. She used to do this Elmo voice, and she did it so well. It was creepy. So,
Is Elmo a dude or a
yeah.
girl? He is a
Huh?
dude, isn't he? Is
Guy,
Elmo a
yeah.
dude? Is he? His voice hasn't broken.
Hey, well, have you seen the size of him? I'm not surprised. But
He's got some weird friends in that show.
Sesame Street, innit? Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
like Big Bird and shit, isn't he? The Big Bird? I never
Yeah.
watched Sesame Street.
I reckon if you personally were to live with Elmo, you'd murder him.
Yeah, that voice would piss me off.
Hey, chill out. He's a friend of mine.
Fuck.
He's not.
You ain't got any friends.
Fuck you, bro. If I go to, I'm gonna get these spirits from Bodmin on you.
Put a curse on me. Nah, but oh man, it's bringing up a lot of nostalgic shit. This, I just,
We should do like a watch along with Pingu.
yeah, should do a little watch party of Pingu. We'll just invite everyone, just put out snacks, and we'll just have like Pingu man. They're still doing that though, aren't they? They changed it now though.
Pingu? I don't.
I think they've made it more animated and less.
I think either the voice actor or the creator of it died recently.
I think they carried it on, but they stopped using claymation.
Oh,
I think
really?
so. Oh no, they don't. Bro, it was in 1986, and its final episode was 2006. That's 20 years, bro.
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, Pingo is his little sister, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, his sister's annoying.
So,
Have you seen the one where she breaks her arm or something and Pingu tries to cheer her up by performing fake surgery?
yeah.
What a good brother he
I
is.
love Pingu so much. Yeah, Thomas and the Magic Railroad actually had a decent cast in it. It had Alec Baldwin. You know who that is? Huh?
Yep. I'm looking up Pingu.
It had
Sorry.
Peter Fonda in it. I don't know if you.
Okay.
What's it having it?
Jesus Christ, the thumbnail is terrifying.
What thumbnail?
I looked up Pingu on YouTube and then the thumbnail is a fucking dad holding like it says Pingu pretends to be sick and the thumbnail is a dad holding a pointy object at Pingu.
I think all the Pingu episodes are on YouTube, aren't they? I think they made
Are
a
they?
channel and they've uploaded
Hang on,
them.
I'm gonna send you this fucking thumbnail. 1 minute.
Oh, what was another film or TV show I used to watch as a kid? Oh god, there's so many.
Dude, check that quickly.
What the fuck? Yeah, Pingu, the official channel. I think they uploaded all the full episodes on there. Oh, what else was there?
Do you watch the
Man, I
Teletubbies?
fucking loved that show as a kid. I loved CBeebies and CBBC growing up.
I don't think I ever got into that.
What, CBeebies?
Yeah, I don't
That
think
was what
so.
Teletubbies was on.
Well, I think
Did you not watch the Tweenies or anything? Big Cook,
No,
Little
I
Cook?
didn't.
Bro,
No.
do you remember I remember their website, they had like games and stuff. That was so cool. Like the BBC had.
You watch Maisie Mouse?
Who?
Maisie?
Maybe. You ever watch Rasta Mouse?
Oh my god.
Rasta Mouse
What's
is
what?
quality. What else was there? There was Big Cook, Little Cook. I used to love watching. 64 Zoo Lane, loved it.
Barney.
Barney never watched. The Koala Brothers. Is it called Splash? Splash or something? It's a TV show, bruv.
My mind went somewhere else, so I
Bath
did.
toys.
Oh,
Rubber
shit,
Dubbers,
sorry.
that was it. Rubber Dubbers, love that.
These names, bro.
Yeah, see, babies. Oh, it was on Nickelodeon as well. Yeah, so Rubber Dubbers.
Rubber what?
That's what I say to girls, bro. Let me get the old Rubber Dubbers out. Oh god. Hold on, love. Let me get the old Rubber Dubbers. Numberjack. So, oh mate, that was a sick show. Growing up, I loved CBBC. You know, things like Tracy Beaker, Wolf Blood, things like that. I loved them. What else did I use?
Rubber Dubbers.
Okay, Rubber Dubbers. Right, no, I've got to Google CBB shows.
If I type in rubber dubber meaning, does anything come up?
Oh,
Oh, actually, rubber dubber
fucking way
party.
beluga. Lazy Town, Brom, Rob the Builder. Oh, Postman Pat, Koala Brothers. Yeah, Little Red Tractor, Fireman Sam. 64 Zoo Lane. Yeah, Chuggington. I don't think I watched that.
Bro, there's a thing called rubber dubber
So,
party. Yeah, a rubber dubber party is a slang word for a party where lots of sexual acts occur, especially the fingering act.
what the fuck, man?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. So there's like they've done sentences with it. You've been invited to Joe's party? Yeah, I've heard it's a rubber dubber party.
Fucks. Oh wait. Oh no way. Did they reboot Wolfblood? Tell me they didn't. Tell me they fucking didn't. No.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Rugrats.
bro, I love Rugrats. I remember playing the game.
That intro is just amazing.
Oh, mate, the intros were sick on some shows.
Did you ever watch Recess?
Yes.
I watched it here and there. I can't say I remember much of
2060
it.
was a great show to watch. Did you ever watch God. I can't remember the name of it now. Piss me off.
Bro, they should not have named that show Rubber
It's
Dubber.
a
That's not a good
kids
name.
show though, isn't it?
Mm.
Fucking kids show though. I'm just looking at all these old shows. Yeah, I used to play the Rugrats game on I think it was PS1.
There's some ugly characters in
I
that
think it
show.
was Rugrats. Yeah, the PS1 game. I loved that, man. Brings back so many memories. Such bad quality, but
Rugrats.
bro, there's so many shows going out that I used to love watch. Wolfblood was one of my top tier. It got bad. I haven't actually seen the final like 2 seasons. I think because they're so bad. Because the main characters left, which in my opinion is so pointless. When the main characters leave a TV show, you may as well just finish it. You know?
Oh yeah, I
It's
get
literally
you.
the reason they finished The Big Bang Theory because the writers refused to carry on the story without Sheldon in it. So
Gotta have
it's
Sheldon in it,
literally the
bro.
main character. I mean, the Vampire Diaries did it, and it was okay, but it was kind of not at the same time. Kind of shit. But but I think they did that for 2 seasons. I don't think it was one. I think it was two. I get like actors have to do other shit, but like point end the show, make it
Yeah,
bittersweet.
yeah.
You know what I mean, don't torture us like this. But yeah, but I love. Do you know? I feel like a TV show with a good intro is what makes the show as well. Like The Big Bang Theory, the intro was absolutely sick. I loved it. How I Met Your
Intro's
Mother,
great.
great intro. Wolf Blood, great intro. Well, it's Primeval. Did you ever watch that? That was a good show.
No, I
That was a
didn't.
sick intro. That's what I mean. A good intro, I feel like is. Did you ever watch Terms of Engagement? That
No.
was a show I watched a couple times. That had David Spade in it.
Because I went through like I was watching both Nickelodeon and Disney Channel.
I watched Ben 10.
I remember hearing about it. I don't think I ever watched it.
You never watched Ben 10?
Did you watch Phineas and
Oh,
Ferb?
I told you,
Oh,
bro. I didn't
man.
have the Disney Channel. I didn't watch the Disney Channel. Yeah. Yeah, Rugrats, Fairly Odd Parents. What else was it? Dora the Explorer. I watched at one point.
Dora the Explorer. There's a show I haven't heard for.
Last.
Uh,
Blue's Clues,
I
bro. I
haven't
love
heard in
that.
a while. Oh, bro, I used to love that show. I used to want to get his super duper notebook.
Yeah, but I watched the black guy do it. Was it the black guy?
Yeah, that's right. The British fella.
Was it the British guy?
Yeah, yeah. I watched the black guy do it.
Oh yeah, Kevin Duala.
Careful how you speak,
What,
bro.
bro? He's a black guy. He was the host of Blue's Clues. I watched it with the black guy. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Like I didn't know his name. Lazy Town. I thought that was CBeebies. I don't know.
Lazy
Love Lazy Town,
Town.
me mate.
Lazy Town can get the
You didn't
fuck
like
out of
it?
here. That was alright. I think my brother was more into it
What,
than I was.
bro? Fucking loved it, mate. Fucking loved it. The thing is, I didn't watch like. I didn't really watch. It's hard to explain. I stopped watching this stuff quite early on, so I didn't get to, watch things like Drake and Josh and, or like, iCarly and all that sort of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Ugh, iCarly. I regret watching that show.
Like, because Drake and Josh was made when? Like, that was made, I think it's like 2004, something like that. So I was like, yeah, I was like 6. So I wasn't really into that. I think
The first episode date was September 2007.
2007.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, it says 2000. Oh, wait. Why does it say 2004? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, so I would have been. Yeah, 9,000. I was wrong. I would have been, yeah, 6. Or. I would have been, at the time, I would have been 8. When I was 8 years old, I was not into the kids shows as much. I was more on CBBC. Um, or I'd actually watch more adult stuff. There's a show called True Blood, um, made by HBO. So it's that was 2008, right? I watched the first season when it came out. I was like
Okay.
9. Made by HBO, the people that make Game of Thrones, but it's about vampires. So it's literally full of tits, blood, gore, violence, swearing, sex, everything, and I loved it. Oh, I
It's
fucking
blood,
loved it. I
gore, and
loved it.
violence.
It was such a good show. I loved
That's
it.
that's the name of our
Yeah.
second podcast.
That's just a Saturday night. But no, generally it was a good show, and I watched it. I watched it with. I think it was my stepdad. Mum was like, "Don't be watching that with him in the room and all that." Oh, I won't. I won't. And he put it on. And we would both just watch it. He's the one that got me into like some pretty decent shows, to be fair. Like Angel, he got me into Angel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he got me into Angel, which in turn got me into Buffy. Because I actually watched Angel before Buffy, even though Angel was a spin-off. I've just realised, right? This is the biggest fucking tangent we've ever had. This tangent has lasted almost like an hour.
Has it actually?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Bro, like that's what I mean, man. It's like when we have a conversation about something we both really passionate about, we can talk for fucking ages. Absolutely ages. I love it. But yeah, quality times, man. But we went way off topic. But to be honest, I enjoyed this conversation more than I enjoyed the other one.
It was good. Now
Yeah,
go fuck
go fuck
yourself.
yourself, man.
Sorry.
Oh, now the podcast is finished. You might as well just tell you to fuck off now. Tell you to, be who we actually are with each other. Just,
See, people, we don't get along for
yeah,
real. Just telling you, man.
this is just a
That was
business
all.
thing. Yes.
This is just that laughing was all fake.
Yeah. This whole conversation's fake. My name's not even Brad. Never even had a childhood.
His name was Tim.
Timothy. Timothy. Yeah, that was a good conversation.
And his
Bro,
last
I
name
might
is
have to go and watch
Rubber.
some of this old shit, just for nostalgic purposes.
Dude, Rubber Dubber means
Yeah,
to finger
well, I like
someone.
to finger people, so what can I say?
The next time you meet a girl, you
Yeah,
tell
I
her that.
will. She'll love it. The
Can I
best thing you
rubber
can do
dubber
is
you?
just be a guy that fingers and eats pussy. Yeah. What can I say, Mark? Alright, have you got any words of wisdoms for the people listening out there?
Go rubber dubber someone.
I thought you said not to masturbate on something.
Well, this isn't really. That's not, well, I mean, with consent. Ask.
Ask.
Ask. Always ask. What about you? Don't be silly, wrap your willy.
Sometimes people just need a high five in the face with a chair. Sometimes you need to do such a thing. Either that or smile. Life's short. You may not have your teeth in a couple of years. Enjoy it while it lasts. Vaping is for children, even though it shouldn't even exist. Eat pussy. Good for you. Anyway, this has been the What's on Your Mind podcast. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. I did. I took that. I took a trip down memory lane. Me, I loved it.
So did I. It was
I
a
liked
good app.
I liked it a lot. I'm gonna go get some food.
This is same here.
And I'm gonna
I'm
go for a
starving.
piss because I'm dying for a wee. And
Okay.
I'm gonna go watch some stuff for nostalgic reasons. Might even go watch Big Bang Theory. Anyway, gonna love you and leave you. Remember, don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Farewell.